Zero tolerance for criminal aliens. Zero.
Donald Trump fires new broadsides at undocumented immigrants. But just hours earlier, in his meeting with the Mexican president, a different side.
It is a great honor to be invited by you, Mr. President.
Tonight, new insights into how Donald Trump conducts himself, waging constant public battles.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
The revelations come in thousands of pages of documents just released by the Washington Post, a foundation for the new book Trump Revealed by Post journalists Michael Kranish and Mark Fisher. They give a fascinating account of one of Donald Trump's first lessons in bare-knuckle brawling in business and politics. Trump was in his mid-20s. The U.S. government was suing Trump, his father Fred, and their company for allegedly discriminating against minorities who wanted to rent apartments from them. Around that time, Donald Trump had a fateful first meeting with a New York legend.
In a very down moment, Donald Trump went to a nightclub in Manhattan called Le Club, where he happened to meet Roy Cohn, who was famous for having defended Senator Joseph McCarthy back in the 1950s in the communist hunting days.
From McCarthy to the mobsters he represented, Roy Cohn was a battler. He was tough, often downright nasty, in court or on CNN's Crossfire.
I said that.
According to a book I've read.
Well, read another book.
Cohn's message to Trump in that nightclub conversation? Tell the government to, quote, go to hell.
In that very first meeting, Cohn laid out for him his philosophy of how to fight back in a lawsuit, how to fight back against a federal investigation, and that was to hit back 10 times harder.
A former lawyer for the government describes the atmosphere in court.
We go to court, it's the first day, and it's very, very tense. We have the Trumps, both the father and the son, Roy Cohn, us, the Justice Department, my boss.
Cohn and the Trumps fought that lawsuit for 2 years. They settled, but it was bruising. Case documents show one attempt by the government to get the Trumps to prove they weren't discriminating, quote, died a slow death.
Very much meshed with his idea of how he was going to differentiate himself from his father. His father, Donald thought, should have moved from Brooklyn and Queens onto the much bigger stage of Manhattan, trying to make projects work in the most difficult, risky environment of all, and felt that his father was a little too risk-averse.
But Mark Fisher says in Roy Cohn, Trump found someone who loved risk, just like he did. And Cohn opened Trump's eyes to another idea, which Trump, of course, employs so well to this day, how to use the media to your advantage with the philosophy that any publicity is good publicity.